fellow citizens, as you can see, we are working today, so I haven't had a chance to change into my suit, so y'all forgive me for being so informal. But what I wanted to do is, first of all, say the trial is ongoing, and I want to get this message out as soon as possible so that citizens will know that Victory Land, the future of Victory Land, which is the largest economic industry in Macon County when it was operating. The future of Victory Land is at stake. So citizens, we need your support. Those of you who, especially those of you who formerly worked at Victory Land, those of you who did business with Victory Land, those of you who had families that have worked at Victory Land, more than 2,300 people worked there. So now's the time for you to come out and show your support by showing up at the trial that's ongoing now at the Montgomery County Courthouse. It's named in honor of Judge Price. Come out and show your support for Victory Land, because we need to send a message to Luther Strange and to the state government of Alabama that the people voted for Victory Land. What is happening at Victory Land is the same thing that is happening at the Indian reservations, and they're using the same machines that Victory Land used. We all know that the only reason they're picking on us is they feel that they can get away with it. They're disrespecting our vote. They're nullifying our vote. And this issue about the machines, there shouldn't even be any question about whether or not the machines are legal or not. If the machines were illegal, then the Indians could not use the machines. And those are the same machines that the Indians are using. The same machines, some of them were taken from Victory Land and taken to the Indians. I was talking to Josh Moon of the Montgomery Advertiser, and he recognized, he reminded me of that. So everybody in Alabama knows what's going on. What we're faced with is a situation here where the Republicans are in control of the courts, and they're in control of the Attorney General's office, they're in control of the governor's office, and they're just simply using their power to misuse the law and to violate the law. They're violating our rights. And you all can sit back if you want to. This is not about me or about any particular individual. This is about 2,000 people who lost their jobs. This is about millions of dollars that has been lost by the Macon County Board of Education, by Tuskegee University, by city, county, by county government, by 60 charities that provide nonprofit community services to our city. And you all ought to be upset about this. The fact that these people in Montgomery are using their power to ignore us and to try to not treat us fairly. You also have heard by now that first we were denied in the federal district court in Montgomery. They said no to our voting rights lawsuit. They've now said no at the appellate case in Atlanta, which of course is a southern court. We just can't seem to get any help from any courts in the South. So what does that mean? It means that we're going to have to look toward going all the way to the United States Supreme Court. And I'm not afraid to do that, quite frankly. I know what they are going to do is threaten to sanction us and threaten to make us pay their law charges. But I can remember what one civil rights attorney said, that when he filed a lawsuit the first time, matter of fact, Attorney Gray said this, not only did they talk about sanctioning him, they put him in jail. It's just, the point that I'm stressing to all of you all, if you all don't see what's happening by now, and some of you sit at home and say, oh, this is just about bingo, this is just about gambling. This is bigger than that. This is about our voting right. This is about our constitutional right. This is about what people like Martin Luther King and Medgar Evers died for. And we can't just sit back and take this and be satisfied and let people like Luther Strange, who's taken money from the Indians, Luther Strange, who has had 3 members of his staff indicted. Who ever heard of an attorney general and his staff members being indicted because they were misusing the law? And they were indicted in Greene County because those people down there in Greene County stood up to them. That's what we got to begin to do in Macon County. When we had a rally at the University of Alabama, hundreds of people turned out in Greene County. Yet in Macon County, which had the largest gaming facility in the state at one time, Victoryland, we can't get 2 or 3 people to come out to any kind of meeting or to support us. And so what I'm saying to you is, we need you now. If you're concerned about the future of the economy of Macon County, to go on down to the court in Montgomery and show your face and be in support. And that's what I'm challenging you on today. And for those people to say that we are putting all of our eggs in one basket, forget that. That's not true. We're working hard. You see what's happening at the Haller plant. I'm proud of what's happening at that Haller plant because I was involved in the beginning in bringing the Haller plant to Macon County in the first place. That's expanding and creating more jobs. The Haller plant, you have to keep in mind, is a plant that we spent millions of dollars in tax dollars to get that plant. When you get these automobile plants, you have to pay for them. You have to spend some money. We have to spend our tax dollars to give incentives. Here, right across the street, is Victoryland, which is a homegrown industry, which at one time was the largest industry, which has not cost the state 1 penny. Instead, Victoryland is paying taxes. We sit back and complain about what is not being done. We are still working to bring jobs to Macon County. If you look around the city of Tuskegee, you'll see that new businesses are beginning to open up in the shopping center, the Washington Plaza Shopping Center, and we've got more businesses we're working on for that shopping center. You'll see across at the Freeman Annex there, as I call it, the quarter. They are working hard to get that ready for new businesses and for businesses to relocate in that center. Just the other day, the Blue Seas restaurant by the Nation of Islam and Minister Sharif, they opened up, and I want to say today how proud I am that when Minister Farrakhan came here, the nation and Minister Sharif, they committed then that they were going to bring a restaurant, and they're going to bring some other businesses to our community as well. And I want us to support it because we're happy to have McDonald's and Kentucky Fried Chicken and Burger King and all of the other businesses. We want to support all of our business, including Blue Seas, because all of these businesses generate tax dollars for the city of Tuskegee. And we need it downtown. No reflection on the fast food places. But when you go into Blue Seas, you're going to see that they have good food. It is clean. I'm so proud of how clean that place is. It is spotless. And for all of your special events, you can go to the back room there, and it's set up to have weddings and receptions and all kinds of very nice events. You can't go any place in town that's any nicer than that facility. So again, let me also say to you that in addition to continuing our legal battles, we're also working hard to move forward with Exit 38. We hope to see some dirt being turned out there within the next couple months. We're going through all of the legal work now, obtaining the options on the property, finalizing feasibility studies, negotiating agreements, and negotiating and talking to representatives of the various franchises. Presently, we're still working to have the Holiday Inn Express a 24/7 service station, and I understand Mr. Potter has gotten approval for a Huddle House to also be in the service station. And let's see, the Zaxby's people, they got tired of waiting on us, the rest of us, so they're working on opening up another Zaxby's up in Tennessee somewhere, but Joe Turnham is staying in touch with the developers of the Zaxby's, and they're just waiting on us to finalize everything and to get further back. But we still plan to work to have Zaxby's located at that intersection as well. So that's where we are on exit 38. The work continues there. Let me also say again, we're required by the state to send in monitoring reports on the quality of our water. At the last month, and again this month, we noticed that there were certain sections of our water system where there was some stagnation, because what we're finding is, for example, at the East End section of our community, we detected a report that was not in total compliance with the state because of the flow of the water. The water needs to be clear, so that's why we have to flush the lines on a regular basis. And this time we found an incident down at the bottom of Auburn Street in that area, because that is the dead end of our lines. And so what we're going to do is loop that line so that the water does not come to a dead end and is allowed to become stagnant and settlements to accumulate. Instead, we're going to loop it around so that it is a constant flow of water, even though it's a dead end and the end of the system. So, and of course, it hooks to the county water system as well. But the thing that I want to assure the citizens is, I drink Tuskegee water, and I drink it with confidence, because we have a competent staff. We have a modern filtration plant that was recently, we put several $100,000 into upgrading our plant. So there's nothing wrong with the treatment of the water, but there are certain sections of our system where there is not as much usage of the water system. And when that happens, the water sits and stands, and when that happens, settlements accumulate, and therefore it does not totally meet the requirements by the state. But there is no threat, there's no danger to the citizens who drink the water of the city of Tuskegee. Those isolated incidents will occur from time to time in any water system. And that's why we have to constantly monitor it, and I want you to know that we are going to continue to constantly monitor it to make sure that the quality of water in Tuskegee is second to none. Secondly, we've had a couple of blackouts recently, and you can attribute those to not inefficiency, because we've been running a 99% efficiency on our electrical system. But you can attribute that to squirrels. I mean, these squirrels, it's unbelievable what a little squirrel can do when he gets into the transformer and knocks out the system. Last time we had approximately 1,500 people out of service, out of lights, because a squirrel got in the system. And then the other day we had the same thing to happen. So it's 2 squirrels. I don't know what we're going to have to do to these squirrels. We may have to start finding these squirrels. But the point is, we may have to allow squirrel hunting in the city, seriously. Fortunately, no one was hurt. There was nothing, no emergency. We like to keep the lights on all the time, but these kinds of things will occur. If you will recall, back in the past, lights used to go out every time there was a storm, or every time there was a thunder or lightning. But we've got our system now where it is efficient and operates, and very seldom are you without adequate power, and we're going to continue that tradition. Let me also say again that I'm delighted as mayor of the city of Tuskegee, and on behalf of our utilities board and our Head Start program and all of our city agencies, to welcome Tuskegee University students back. I can tell you, boy, that crowd that we had at the game on Saturday, Patrick, that was outstanding. It looked like homecoming. Even though the mighty Golden Tigers were not successful in defeating Alabama A&M, I guess they say this is payback from we broke their heart at their homecoming last year. But every now and then someone is allowed to sneak up on the mighty Golden Tigers, and no one can beat Tuskegee. Sometimes they may look up and outscore us, and the time runs out in the game. Let's put it that way. Because no one can beat the mighty Golden Tigers, because they represent the Tuskegee University, the pride of the swift-growing South. So to you, Coach Slater, and to all of the mighty Golden Tigers, we want you to know that we support you. We're behind you, win or lose. You are our team, and you made us very, very proud. To Duncan and the band, you all as well made us very, very proud. It was a great, great show and outpouring. I want to again say that I'm anxious to work with the university, the utility board is, in getting lights at the stadium. I'd like to see that, and I understand the president. Well, the president indicated that to me that was something he'd like to see as well. So hopefully they'll be ready to meet with us, and I wish we could just give them the lights, but our bond indenture limits us in terms of what we can do. Now we can legitimately extend. We have a systems improvement fund that will allow us to, for example, run new water lines, or new sewer lines, or new electrical transmission lines. That can be done because that's extending the system. But we have a limitation in terms of what we can do on the property of another institution. Tuskegee University is an independent institution, and of course they are in charge there. That's their stadium, and so we'll have to work with them to allow them to agree with us in developing some kind of an agreement, an arrangement, where we'd be willing to undertake the work, and they can arrange reimbursement over a period of time to the utilities board. But we want to see lights at that stadium. It's a natural stadium. It's a natural bowl. You don't need to go anywhere else to find and that is one of the most beautiful sights in the world, to top the hill at Logan Hall and look down and see Alumni Bowl. It's just magnificent, and we want to see that happen as soon as possible. Let me just wrap it up by saying to you, our city council meeting is held the second and the fourth Tuesday at 6 p.m. Our utilities board meeting is held the second Wednesday, and we are changing the utilities board from 6, I guess we were meeting at 5:30, we're going to change it to 5 p.m. Utility board meetings will be held at 5 p.m. rather than 5:30 p.m. And we invite citizens to come out to the meetings. Let me also say that our senior citizens program, I want to thank CESHA for making space for the senior citizens program to move from downtown to Sojourner. That's where they used to be, and I got a call from the site manager indicating that she was so happy to have the senior citizens back at Sojourner. I know that may be quite a distance for some of you to travel, but you remember, senior citizens, we have public transportation available for all of you to bring you to the site, and we're going to continue to provide that transportation for our seniors. And I want to say that we're just delighted that SESHA has allowed us to work together to make a new home, well, to return to their old home at SESHA. Thank you, Mr. Clyde Windsor and SESHA. I'm proud to be a member of the SESHA Board of Directors. Let me also say I also have the opportunity to chair the MCCRR Board of Directors. That's our mental rehabilitation program that's located at the old Macon County Hospital on the hill overlooking beautiful Lake Tuskegee. Mr. Kim Kennebrew retired recently. I want to commend him for, let's see, how many years was Mr. Kennebrew there? Probably, I know, over 30 years as the director of that program. Did an outstanding job. He's retired, and Mrs. Patricia Hicks is our director of the MCCRR program now. But this program serves those special persons who may have mental challenges, and we love them very much. They're very special to us, and we want to make sure that we continue to serve them. We probably have between 40 and 50 of those special clients who are served by our MCCRR program, so we are happy as well. Let me also say that I'm happy to serve as a member of the board of the Macon County Russell Community Action Agency. Recently, Mr. Harold White retired, and I want to take this opportunity to commend him and to thank him for his many years of service. And the Community Action Agency is in the process of looking for a new director. I want to say that I'm proud to work with Community Action Agency as a member of the board again, because they do so much to get money from the state that can be used to help our citizens with their utility bills during the summertime when it's very hot, and during the wintertime when it's very cold. So thank you, Community Action, for what you have done to help our many citizens with our utilities, with their utilities bills. I'm going to check on our Greyhound bus service. That I don't want to forget that. We're going to continue to work on that. I want to also say that while we're busy at Exit 38, we have now begun the efforts of cleaning down and tearing down the old houses and old buildings. We're starting first on the main thoroughfares of our city, MLK. We did one near St. Mark on the left, and we did another one at the foot of Bibb Street and MLK, and we're going to continue to get the thoroughfare first, and then we're going to come into the communities. The council persons will identify those areas, and they will set the priorities for each of the communities in terms of which streets we start on first. We will also, I hope all of you all like the street that was once Franklin Road. A portion of it still is Franklin Road, but that's Amelia Boynton Robinson Parkway. As you can see, we have totally resurfaced that road. It looks very, very nice, and I want you to know that before the end of the year, after football season, we're going to do the same thing, starting at the intersection of Franklin Road and Old Montgomery Road, and pave through the campus all the way to St. Andrew's Church. So that will be done. We're going to wait till after football season because the traffic is going to have to be routed. That's going to be a real mess, to say the least. But you have to go through some inconvenience in order to have progress, and we'll work with the university in that effort to make sure that takes place. Let me also say that we've not given up on working to get urgent care for this community. I was in the office a few minutes ago, Patrick. I heard the fire department responding to a call. I called the police to find out what was happening, and they said that the fire department, the emergency, all of our fire department personnel They have first aid training. They can give, we used to have emergency medical technicians who were firemen and emergency technicians. Well, we don't have that certification, but we do have fire department personnel who are trained in emergency response. In terms of basic first aid, they are trained to know how to do that. If a person is having a heart attack or something, or shortness of breath, they know what to do basically to try to stabilize them. And in fact, we had one of our firemen to save someone's life not too long ago by reviving them. But at any rate, I asked what the call was. Here's our big fire truck, police department, all responding to something on Clement Street. And sure enough, it was a person having chest pains and probably having a heart attack. And I called back later to find out, and they said, well, the person is being transported. He's been stabilized. The fire department got there. He's been stabilized, and he's now being transported to the emergency room to Lee County. So here again, ladies and gentlemen, let me just tell you, it makes no sense for us not to have urgent care in this community. You go to Auburn, Montgomery, there are urgent care centers all over town, okay? And we don't have not one here in Tuskegee. So I'm not going to give up on this. The medical clinic board met the other day, and Dr. Troy has done a feasibility study, updated a feasibility study, which stated what we already knew. There is a need for 24/7 urgent care in Tuskegee and Macon County. No need of talking about that anymore. We need to do something about it. Now we've got a group of doctors, Dr. Sterling and others, who are ready to provide urgent care for our community. Matter of fact, they're so committed that they've said they'll put $200,000 to $300,000 of their own money into the project. I mean, you can't beat that. But the community has got to step up to the plate. The medical clinic board, the city council, and I understand the health authority is beginning to look at that again. Somebody needs to get it done, either the medical clinic board or the Macon County Health Authority, but we need urgent care in this city. And I'm going to keep talking about it until we get something done. And that's all we do. We talk, and never get any of these things done. But I'm going to keep pushing. I'm going to keep pushing. Ruth Bullock, I was talking to her the other day, and she said, Mr. Mayor, I want to thank you for at least keep pushing on these things because it's not going to happen unless somebody keeps pushing. Remember, the life you save may very well be your own, and that's why it's important for us to be health conscious. Well, I'll stop there. I could go on and on. We're going to keep you informed. The thing that I want to really stress is please go down to Montgomery, show your support for Victory Land. Whether it's not about gambling, this is about showing the fact that you are fighting for your voting rights and standing up for your voting rights and standing up against those folks who are taking away our jobs and our money and trying to shut down and have shut down our largest business and industry. We cannot let that go and not stand up against it. So again, thank you so very much. We'll join you the next time with another report from City Hall and the Utilities Board. Thank you.